I'll just move my side a little bit back this time. Okay. Will practicing witchcraft attract to you and open you up to I had a suggestion for I received a suggestion to do a topic on practicing witchcraft and how it can open you up to supernatural attack by spirits and ghosts and whatnot. And it was in relation to a call out that I put on one of my recent videos about if you want me to debunk any more myths about Wicca or witchcraft, or talk about any of the myths about Wicca and witchcraft, to certainly put it in the comments field so that I can do a video on it. So today I'm doing a video on whether witchcraft does actually open you up to supernatural attack. But before I jump in and do that, hi, I'm Sandra from mysterywitchschool.com. If you're new to the channel and you want to learn Wicca and witchcraft safely, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so that you don't miss any videos. Okay, this is the truth. Like anything, it can be dangerous and it can be safe depending on the user, okay? If you have a knife to chop your veggies so that you can make some really, really yummy food, you can chop those veggies, make some really yummy, healthy food, benefits your body, makes you feel good, satisfies your tummy, and it prolongs life, right? But you can also use a knife to kill and maim and injure and do a lot of destruction. You can tear things up with a knife. You can be really, really destructive with a knife. That's the user again. It's whether you want to be more on the destructive side or whether you want to be on a more constructive side, and how often are you on each side? Because we know with the principle of polarity that we need destruction in order to have creation, and we need creation and in order to have destruction. They work together. So you can't have one without the other. So the question is, does practicing witchcraft automatically attract supernatural attack? No, it doesn't automatically attract supernatural attack. Again, it depends on the user. If you are practicing witchcraft in a way that is not harming anybody, you're not working with those more malevolent spirits, you are working more on the side that is more harmless and more towards with creation and positive sort of things, I'll put that in bunny ears, then you're highly unlikely to attract any negative spirits to you because you're not working with them. It's like if you hang out with a bad crowd of people. If you hang out with a pretty ordinary bunch of people who are all pretty positive, just getting on with their life, trying to do, good things for themselves and other people, you're less likely to attract any bad people to that group. You're more likely to attract the same kind of people to your group. But if you hang out with people who are really destructive and violent and really have a lot of anger, then you're more likely to attract more of those people to you. It's the same with magic. If you're working magic where you're doing a lot of cursing, if you're working with spirits that are more involved with cursing, or working on things that are destructive, then yes, you are opening yourself up to attracting more of those beings and situations to you. So that's a truth there. But again, it's up to the user. Are you going to give up using a kitchen knife because you're afraid that you might cut yourself? Are you going to give up using a kitchen knife because it can also be used for harmful things? No, you're not. You're still going to need to chop your veggies. It's the same with magic. You just have to know what it is you're wanting to get from the magic and who you're working with and what your intentions are. We know from the law of attraction that you attract what you think about the most, and that's a magical fact. If you are thinking more, really getting into being more creative, being more positive, trying to raise your energy, raising your vibration, doing more inner work to become more conscious of yourself so that you're not being triggered by life events where you feel like you've got to go and curse everything, then you're going to attract more of the good stuff to you and less of the negative stuff to you. And that's how magic works. When it comes to attack from other people on a psychic level, that again is to do with your line of work, who you hang out with, and what kind of things you do. So even when you're practicing magic that is more beneficial and helpful, we do protect ourselves energetically. So the Wiccan circle, for example, is a way of protecting ourselves from any negative supernatural or psychic energy. Doing a daily practice where you're creating a circle of light around you every day is a way of protecting yourself from supernatural attack and from any negative psychic attack by other people. And it's really a case of going about your everyday life and understanding that when you're walking down the street, you could be attacked. Somebody could steal your money, somebody can attack you. Or most of the times when you're walking down the street, that doesn't happen. So think of it, magic as being no different to a normal everyday life. You take care about who's around you and where you're walking. You know, you don't go down any dark alleys because you know that you could be mugged. Same in magic. Don't go down any dark alleys where you could be mugged. When it comes to people and psychic attack, again, that's where we learn how to break curses. We learn how to reverse negative energy and how to protect ourselves from other energies, because going through everyday life, whether people around you know magic or they don't, if there's jealousy, envy, or somebody's angry with you, they're going to be sending negative energy your way, whether they're consciously doing it through doing a curse or whether they're not consciously doing it. And that's a fact of life, whether you are practicing magic or witchcraft or whether you're not practicing magic and witchcraft. You're still going to be open to these things. So the short answer is, in general, practicing witchcraft in general doesn't open you to spiritual attack or attacks from ghosts or other entities. If you are practicing witchcraft that's more on the harmful, darker side and you're working with those sorts of entities and you've got a lot of those kinds of emotional stuff going on, like resentment and anger, and there's a lot of that going on in your life, yes, you are more likely to attract those things. But if you're working on yourself and you're using witchcraft as a spiritual path to learn about the universe, then no, you're not so likely to attract those things to you any more than anyone who isn't practicing witchcraft is going to attract those things to them. So I hope that makes sense. And if you have any more questions about that, certainly pop them in the comments field. It is a concern of a lot of people. I've had a lot of people, when I was doing my research for Mystery Witch School 101 course, it was a question that I put out there. What is one of the things that stops you from doing your practice? And a lot of people did come back and say, look, I'm scared that I'm, going to do the wrong thing or that I'm going to attract the wrong thing to me. And so that's why I haven't started a practice. And it's one of the reasons why I started Mystery Witch School 101 in the first place, was so that people could go through and learn from a Wiccan context and work on connecting to who they really are, connecting to nature, learning how to protect themselves, but also learning about how this stuff works so that they can practice Wicca and witchcraft safely. So if you're interested in doing that, or you're at a point where you are in thinking, I don't know where to continue my practice or how to practice, do check out Mystery Witch School 101 Academy. The link to that is in the description field below this video. It's a 12-month course that will help guide you safely through the practice of a more Wiccan approach to witchcraft. If you liked the video, hit the like button, share it with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe. I'm Sandra from mysterywitchschool.com. Blessed be.